So now we have to test the volume expansion in Longhorn. Right now we can see there is 34 GB provisioned and we allocated 8 GB. So in case we are getting low in space, how we can extend the storage? So to extend the storage, first of all, we will go to our worker nodes and we'll check do we have any additional hard drive that we can use. So here I don't have any additional hard disk, and the first video I showed you I dedicatedly attached this STB 50 GB with this by default location that will be used by the Longhorn. So I will power off the hard this server because I want this is a virtual machine and I want to extend the storage. But if this is a physical server, you don't need to power off, you can directly attach. So I will add new hard drive here, and in rest of the servers, uh, okay, here I have 100 GB additional disk as STC, and it's not mounted anywhere, so I will use the same. And in worker node 3, we have only STP. This is iSCSI that we created in previous video. So I need to also power off this worker node. So let me check the status of the worker nodes. So worker node 1 is down and worker node 3 is in process. It will be power off. So on worker node 1, I will add additional storage. So here I am going to select the hard drive and iSCSI type and new disk and 100 GB I will provision. So 100 GB is now attached. So now 50 and 100 both will work for Longhorn. This 50 is for the operating system. Same thing I will do on this worker node 3. After adding the 100 GB disk, I power on the machine. I did SSH. Let's detect the new hard drive is detected. Attached 100 GB and now we need to create a file system on this disk. So right now, if we run df lsplk-f, we can see there is no file system written. So I will create xfs file system on this disk. Now xfs is created. So we will mount this disk with the UUID fs tab. I will mount in the directory with name warlib longhorn 2. The first one is this that we are using right now. So I also need to create this directory. So it's mounted now, 100 GB. I believe my worker node 3 is also power on. I need to perform the same step on this worker node 3. It's formatted. Mount. First of all, I will create the directory and then I will mount. Perfect, it's mounted. And let's check this one we already had in worker node 2. It's formatted with ext4, no problem. But it's not mounted. I need to mount it. It's not XFS, it's ext4. Okay, I think directory was already there. Now it's mounted. So now all our worker nodes does contain additional 100 GB disk, and we know this is the location. And now we have to go our dashboard, Longhorn, and we can select our node that is provisioned with the storage. So here, this is the by default disk added at the time of installation of Longhorn. So we have to add a new disk. I will give name to disk 100G, and it's file system based because we already created the file system and it's mounted under this location. I don't want to reserve any location, and scheduling I want to enable. Okay, it will take some time to extend. Now you can see 100 GB is added in this worker node. So it's now 134 GB. So let's do the same thing on the other worker nodes. Add disk 100 GB, mounted at this location, no reservation, scheduling enable, save. For the third one, any name of the disk you can give. It's not mandatory to be same on all the worker nodes. So it will take some time to sync. So our two worker nodes, 1 and 3, are now having 134 GB. The third one we added, it will take some time to sync the data. So if we expand all, you can see this worker node 1 does contain two storage. This worker node 2 and worker node 3 also contain the same storage, and here allocated only one volume is actually provisioned, this one, and this volume is actually dependent on this storage. So when we will expand gradually, the new persistent volume will also come under this new hard drive. So okay, so this was the process to add the storage, and if you want to remove the storage, first you will go to the same location and you have to first directly you cannot delete. You have to disable, save. So after disabling the schedule, you can directly delete this newly created disk. It will delete. Now it's again back to 34 GB. So and now you can safely remove the hard drive from your worker nodes.